I'm Kevin Hogg, and I'm the owner of Hoosier Daddy's Barbecue, Toronto's first fast food barbecue. Hoosier Daddy's is a hybrid of a couple of different things. One is the trend for barbecue that people have really taken off with over the last few years, where you see a lot of these rib fests, and you see a lot of things on TV about pulled pork and different types of barbecue. And the other thing that is, it's a fast food format. The big problem that you have with barbecue right now is that it takes so long to make and it's really expensive. And Hoosier Daddy's takes an Indiana style of barbecue, and which is kind of permeates throughout the Midwest. It's a pulled meat that is cooked in its own sauce, and it takes that and it sets it up in a way so that you can have a fast food barbecue sandwich and an entire picnic within a few minutes. By the time that you pay for your lunch, it's ready for you to go. I put together the recipes, and a lot of the recipes are things that I had when I was, they come from Indiana, and I spent time in Oklahoma, and I spent time in Arkansas, and spent time in Texas and Florida, and all during those time periods I found different recipes, I found different things, and we started just putting a format of recipes together, saying what can we get out the door quickly that tastes good. And so we came up with the sandwiches and the tenderloins, and we came up with the chili cheese dogs and the chili, and then we put together the desserts. We said, gotta have the desserts, because like nobody does a chocolate malt in Canada. I mean, what's a malt? Well, it's a malted milkshake. It's got malt powder in it. Who knows that? Nobody knows that. So we did that. Everybody goes crazy about those things. So we put the food together and the recipes together first, and my kids got sick of me making barbecue all the time and experimenting with them on it, but we perfected the recipes, and then started thinking about the branding. Ultimately, I'd like this to be a legacy for my kids. I've spent my whole life working for myself, and what I'd like to be able to do is have something that's of substance that I can pass on to my children, that they can make a good living with. Life's a really hard struggle, and most people don't end up with a lot, and if I can create something for my kids that they know that they can have a good future with, then I've done my job. And really, ultimately, what's Hoosier Daddy's about? It's about my kids.